Okay, great, thank you. So I'm going to just check my notes, make sure that I have everything in order, and then we will get started here. So as I said, the topic for today is the activation of the Year of Unification. And the teachers are here to help us with that. And we're really, really grateful for their help. But again, they want to remind everyone that they are not beings that are considered any better than you or I. They are not anyone that needs to be deified. They are simply another layer of ourselves, talking to ourselves. And the main reason they have come forth in the last few years to do these presentations and to do these experiential um, events with everyone is to build that layer of trust between you and your inner self. Most of you are getting, well, all of us get information constantly from our higher selves, from the higher layers of our being, but we often have, maybe because of indoctrination, programming, or just, things that cause us not to believe in ourselves, we don't listen to it, or we slough it off as, wishful thinking, or I made that up, or, that was someone else's thoughts, that I was mirroring, that I heard on TV or something. Basically, this stuff is to help you understand that you are getting this information just as, and you're able to do what I'm doing right now as easily as I do. All you have to do is start to go within, listen to what comes, and I say listen, perceive what comes in whatever way is best for you in the silence, and then start to trust. And the way you start to trust is to pay attention to the synchronicities that happen around the information that you get as validations. And every time you get one, you say, oh, there's another one. I can believe in that information that came through because it's true now. It actually showed up in my reality. Or if you are trying to, manifest something or change something in your life, and you're sitting in your meditation or doing whatever practice is best for you to get you in that flow state, that high vibe state of unconditional love, uh, you will start to see things happening in your life as positive proof that it worked. Congratulate yourself and go deeper. So that's really what this is all about. They're just trying to remind us of who we are. They're not trying to tell us what to do. They're here to advise and gently nudge us a little bit into the place where we need to be so that we can move up. So having said that, let's see. And that's the reason why I just want to underscore why getting together in large groups like this, especially groups from all over the planet, and that's what's so great. We have people from all over the planet who are joining us, and that means that we are getting, a comprehensive mix of humans from around the world who are really helping to surround the world with this energy. Group energy is amplified energy. So during this event, I want you to really, if you have the video on, look around. You can scroll through your pages and see who all is on. And you can just try to connect at the heart with people, look in their eyes. If you don't see their picture, you see their name or their icon, just take a look at that and connect from your heart and say, thank you for being here with me. I love you. You're my brother or sister. Feel that oneness, feel that connection. And it will continue to build and amplify. So having said that, everybody ready to begin? You're probably really sick to death of hearing my voice, so let's go. All right, so before we bring the teachers in, I don't usually have to do anything for them to start speaking, but what I found that is helpful for people, especially people who are new to this particular phenomenon, is that we try to get ourselves into a little bit more coherent vibrational state as a group. And so to do that, we are going to do a few things today, just very quickly. We're going to do a few things to raise our collective vibration called what the yogis call pranayama, which is some breathing practice. It'll help relax you. It'll help get you in a place where you're feeling more at ease and comfortable. And then because I am using this new system, I'm going to try out maybe playing a singing bowl or some solfeggio tuning forks for a moment to help bring our vibration up as well. So I hope you'll enjoy that. And again, you may have to adjust your volume for your own system as that happens, but hopefully it will be pleasant. And once we do that, once I feel the collective vibration coming up to where it's meeting the teachers, they're just going to come on in. You probably won't, my voice doesn't change that much when they come in. The way they speak kind of is different than the way I speak, but they'll introduce themselves. And so, yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy. One more thing. Let's see if we can get people in here. Excellent. So, all right. So, if you will, everyone, just get comfortable. And you can keep your eyes open for a little bit for this first part. The first part is very simple. I'm going to do something called uh, alternate nostril breathing, which helps to bring the right and left hemispheres of the brain into more of a balanced and coherent state. And it also balances the yin, the yang energies, the male, the female energies, and so forth in the energy bodies. We want to bring all of our beautiful gifts together into the center balance, what we call the central spine, the sushumna, in yogic terms, so that you can go straight up that tube and upward into the unified field of conscious awareness, that's where we meet our buddies. So if you will, just get comfortable, let your spine get straight, relax your body, roll your shoulders down your back, and just take your right hand, and if you can see my hand, I always get confused here because it's a mirror image. Have your pinky finger up and your thumb up, and the middle three fingers are down. This is the easiest way to do that. Those of you who are yogis or who are deep spiritual practitioners, you may have a different way to hold your hand and know how to do this a different way. Do it however it feels. So you're going to turn your palm towards your face, and you are going to take your thumb and place it against the right nostril, close it off, and take a deep breath in as deep as you can through your left nostril. Do that now. If you can't use your right arm, use your left and just do the opposite. Now you're going to close the left nostril off with your pinky finger, open the right, and breathe out through the right. And then breathe in deeply through the right. Close it off, open the left, and breathe out through the left. So that's one round. Don't get hung up on doing it right, or if you feel like you got lost, once we start doing it without the verbal cues, just start over. I had someone just tell me, I'm paralyzed in my right arm. I can't use my right hand. Use your left hand and start with the left nostril. Just do a mirror image. So you just start with closing one nostril off with the thumb, breathing in through the other, close that other off, breathe out, breathe in, and then breathe out. And I'll cue you from there. Those of you who can't, perhaps you're paralyzed and you can't use either arm, do it in your mind and just breathe. Just breathe. That's the key. So once we're getting started, close your eyes, just listen to the sound of my voice, and we'll do this together just for a few moments. It really helps. So again, close off one nostril with your thumb, breathe in, close the other nostril off with your pinky finger, breathe out through the original nostril. Breathe in through the other nostril, through that nostril. Close it off, breathe out through the open nostril. Breathe in. Close it off. Breathe out through the other nostril. Relax your jaws. Breathe in. Close that nostril. Breathe out through the other one. Breathe in. Close it. Breathe out. Breathe in. Close it. Breathe out. Breathe in. Close. Breathe out. Breathe in deeply. Close. Breathe out. And continue on your own. If you get lost, just stop and start over again. It's very simple. Nothing to get excited or upset about. Just keep breathing. Do one more round, and when you're finished, allow your hands to rest in your lap and breathe calmly with eyes closed through both nostrils. Remember to breathe nice and slow through both nostrils. Keep your eyes closed. Listen to a couple of rounds of a special tuning fork attuned to the Om vibration. It's now time to do one other breathing practice very quickly. We're going to just allow ourselves to breathe through both nostrils with eyes closed and allow ourselves to relax. And then listening to the sound of my voice, just take a deep breath in, everyone, and hold at the top for a pause. Exhale fully, completely, and hold. Inhale completely, hold at the top. Exhale. Hold. You may inhale through the nose. Hold. And let your mouth open. Exhale softly through the mouth. Relax. Hold. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale through the mouth. Hold. One more time. Breathe in through the nose. Hold. Exhale through the mouth. Hold. And then allow yourself with eyes closed. So sit comfortably, breathing, watching your breath. Just watch your breath as you listen to the sound of the heart chakra bowl. And so now that we have all reached a coherent state, our vibration is much higher. The teachers say they are ready to come in. Just allow yourselves to stay relaxed. You may open or keep your eyes closed, however is best for you. And just enjoy as we move through this beautiful experience together. All right. And so we welcome all of you in Lakash. We are the teachers. For those of you not familiar with that statement, in Lakash is an old Mayan term from a fairly recent ancient human age era that means I am another you. That is our message today. There is no separation, there is only unity. We are you, you are us. We're merely reaching down through the frequencies to give you a little tickle to remind you of who you really are. Part of all that is, the divine creators of all that is, and the playful playmates who choose to engage in many different experiments, including the third dimensional earth plane life that you are currently focused on, but are becoming weary of. Most of you, all of you who are on this live session or who are listening to this, have had that feeling for some time that you are completely, maybe, or at least for the most part, finished with the experiment here, and you want to move up in your frequency so that you can live a better, more fulfilling, less negative life. And that is what we're aiming to do today, is to help you remember who you are and how you got there. If you hadn't gotten there, we wouldn't be speaking to you today, for we are you on that level. So we have good news. You're almost there. Last year was in the timeline that you are looking at, and in your concept of time. Last year was a very challenging year for most of you, very interesting year, and a lot of new concepts came your way, a lot of new opportunities for learning, and a lot of opportunities for letting go of that which is not your preferred reality. When you let go of things, when you clean out your closets, you make space. And of course, because nature abhors a vacuum, new things start to filter in. If your vibration is such that it is one of positive, high, unconditional love and joy and gratitude, things that are coherent with that will start to stream into your reality. If, for the instance, though, your consciousness was more focused on things to be afraid of, to be resentful of, things that are not preferred in your reality, those are the things that are starting to show up in that nearby reality for you. The extra good news is you can create anything you like, and you can draw in anything you like. It's merely a tuning in of a different frequency. The best way to do this is to remember that there is no separation. Separation that you are noticing perhaps in the reality and the timeline that you're looking at in your current focus. It shows chaos, power struggles, greed, hatred, anger, violence, so many things that are not your preferred reality. However, all of those things are coming up to the surface. It's as if your desire for a finer, higher way of living is spinning at a faster rate of oscillation within your heart, within your soul. And in that spin, all of the detritus of the non-preferred realities that you have encountered in your creation are coming to the top, and you're able to see them all. And so they seem like there are more than there used to be. There aren't. They're just more visible because you're ready to let them go. So the super good news here is that's what you're here to do today, is to release those things for good and for all, to transmute them. That is what you, as the great creator, the great alchemist, that is your greatest gift, is you can transmute energy to whatever form you like. You can transmute your reality to whatever frequency you like. The real work is in sustaining it and keeping it balanced for the greatest good. But if you stay in a high state of love, unconditional love, gratitude, forgiveness, and joy, it's much easier to do. So we'll practice that a little bit today in our guided journey together. We'll actually be just showing you who you are from a different perspective. Because really what's happening is what you're seeing now, what you're perceiving now, is being perceived, if you will, through the filters, the lenses of indoctrinated or programmed technological media. You have, as a species, evolved to a place where the your perception is not as keyed in to the natural lenses that are all around you, the nature of your planet, the inner nature of your own being. And so you are constantly attracted to and yet repelled by the things that you are seeing with the technology that you are so proud of creating. You know, um, it began with the first forms of communication, with spoken word, with signals being drummed from one tribe to another, verbal speaking, music, art, and then eventually, the telegraph, and then radio, and then television, and then the internet, and on and on and on. Now, you can hardly get away from any of it because it is absolutely entrenched in your reality. So, what you can do is remind yourself that you created all of this and use it for the greatest good, and let go of the things that are happening with some of this technology that are not for your greater good. You can choose to step away from all of it for a few moments and look at life through the lens of the natural world, nature, going outside, being in nature, however you can do that. If you cannot go outside, go within, which is even a deeper form of perception. However you do it, it is imperative that you start to focus your attention on this inner, more natural technology to get your information and to stay connected with others rather than social media, newspapers, television, radio. All of those things, they're highly manipulated by other beings of your human species who haven't maybe awakened quite as much as you, or who have agreed to wake you up in a way that is in a very uncomfortable form and not your preferred way of living. So, we're going to show you a few things today in our guided journey that will help turn on the switches so that it'll be easier for you to remember to look at life through the perception of those more natural, more preferred lenses. And in so doing, you will then be able to connect with your inner power of creating what you see on your outer world. Really, what you're seeing is a reflection of the symbols that are still bubbling up in your inner world. All of the discord that is out there is not real. It is a reflection of some of the stuff that is happening inside of you. We're not saying that, you are a power monger. We're not saying that you are a serial killer. We're not saying that you have any of those capacities. They're symbols of things that you're still trying to let go of so that you can be in a higher, finer vibration and sustain that and stay in a reality where that no longer exists. Okay, so having said that, we we want you to understand that we're going to use the technologies of unified consciousness, of love, of gratitude, of um, forgiveness, of joy. And we're going to sustain that in a unified way. We're going to amplify it. And then we will be working through this whole session on you on many different levels, working on your DNA, turning on latent switches that will activate these new technologies or these remembered technologies so that you can use them for your greatest good and the greatest good of the whole. And not just the whole of your planet. Remember, everything is part of one great whole. Your planet is just one cell of a divine body. And just as you are one cell of this planet's divine body. So, what you do in this moment, and in this moment, and in this moment, and today, and tomorrow, and the next day, on and on and on, continues to help holistically heal and strengthen and enhance that divine body that we are all part of, all of us. And so, uh, basically, what we're going to be doing today is to help bring you up in vibration enough so that you can join us in a sustained focus in the reality where we are, where we joyfully, playfully, with lots of love and gratitude, create our preferred reality and help others by pulling in and via, consciousness alchemy, create things that is our preferred reality. So uh, basically magic. All right, so remember too that love heals all things. It always wins. There is no competition, if you want to put it that way, but love always comes to the top. It is the cream of the recipe. So we want to be in a high state of love and awareness today. So, having said that, we'd love to begin a guided journey with you and allow you to feel some of the healing, some of the beauty, and some of what we experience. You can choose to even turn your video off if you like, or turn your lights off, or close your curtains. But definitely, we would invite you to close your eyes, to either sit up straight in a meditative posture or recline in a relaxed posture, and allow yourselves to really, really let go. So do this now, and we will go within. A partner will start to play some music. And once again, allow yourself to relax, to release, to let go. If anything comes within your perception from the outside world, unless it is an emergency, just allow it to float out of your conscious awareness and become something that helps you to go deeper rather than distracts you. Remember, breath is the bridge between you and the universe, you and your deepest self. Let yourself become more and more relaxed. The more relaxed you are, the deeper you're going to go. And the better able you'll be able to use this technology that has been around since the beginning of the beginning of the beginning. Listening to the sound of your own breath now. Envision yourself in a beautiful meadow there on your planet Earth. That gorgeous, gorgeous ball of blue and green and yellow. Feel yourself relaxing in this beautiful sanctuary. It is a place you might remember, even though you physically don't remember being there. It feels like you have been here before, and indeed you have. This is one of your soul sanctuaries. Allow all of your human senses to begin to come online here. As you hear your breath coming in and out of your own body, allow yourself to feel that it is the breeze And the breeze is a perfect temperature, caressing your skin, rustling the blades of grass and the flowers nearby. You can feel it in the trees. With each breath, you go deeper into a place of deep peace and reverie, a place of contentment and joy. How lovely it is to be you here now. And as you breathe, you begin to notice the fragrances of the grasses around you, the deep, earthy soil. You smell the trees, their bark, their leaves, their flowers. You may even smell a scent of the ocean or a river or a lake nearby. Let that help you go deeper within yourself. Experience this place more and more fully. You begin to hear sounds other than your breath, the breeze. You may hear bird song. You may hear waves. You may hear the sound of animals chattering. Let yourself go deeper into these sounds and feel the joy in your heart at connecting with this natural, beautiful sanctuary. Feel the softness of the grass and the mosses beneath your body. Let yourself go. Just let it all go. Let nothing be in your sphere of awareness other than this place and you. And as you sink in even deeper, allow yourself to see beautiful clouds of butterflies and benevolent bees flittering about, all of the wildflowers swaying in the breeze around you. Clusters of them everywhere, moving in unity, almost as if they're choreographed. See their colors, hear their humming, and marvel at how amazingly well they get along. No one jostling for a hierarchical space above the others, working together, playing together. So beautiful. See this. Sink deeper. As you look to the skies, you see little clusters of puffy white clouds floating by in the blue, blue sky. And you notice that the clouds have no care for what is going on in the world. They move as one, and yet each one is significant and individual, moving in concert with each other. You see flocks of birds flying by beneath the clouds, also as if they were choreographed by a divine hand. And yet there doesn't seem to be a leader. It is a community of like-minded and like-hearted beings expressing in joy and playfulness. and in ease. Let yourself go, watching, relaxing, perhaps even joining in from your heart and feeling love, feeling great love for these beings, showing you the expression of how all beings should live. Relax, let go, be at one with it all. And as you do, you notice the clouds begin to gather and little droplets of rain begin to fall. The droplets cooling your skin that had been warmed by the sun. It is not anything that feels uncomfortable. It is a beautiful and welcome feeling. And as you relax here, you let your eyes rest slightly open and watch the raindrops as they all fall in unison, yet at their own pace, in their own expression. A unified group of raindrops falling from these clouds, and yet each one having its own place, its own purpose, working collectively for the greatest good of the whole. How lovely. And it feels good. And you go deeper. And then after a time, you notice the clouds have cleared, the rain has stopped. You feel refreshed and cleansed, renewed. And you notice that the sun has set and the stars have come out. Brilliant diamond points in a black velvet sky right above you. See them. How lovely. How beautiful. How incredible. And all around you are congregations of beautiful fireflies flitting here and there. Again, a lovely semi-choreographed dance of light and movement, joyfully, playfully moving in the night air in front of you and around you. Not one of those fireflies has a care about what is happening in the world. They are there to express in joy and in beauty and just to be, just as the stars are. As you relax even deeper, notice the fireflies begin to rise. As the night air cools, they rise higher and higher, moving away from the dewy ground up into the higher realms of the sky until they almost blend with the starscape above. And in your awareness, your perception, you let go of being encased in just that small body, that human vessel. And you begin to drift upwards with the fireflies toward the stars. And as you do, you can see a greater scope, a perception of your world. You see your world as you've never seen it before. Everything connected, like a giant puzzle. Each part, each point of life on that planet below you is just as important, is just as necessary as the others, no matter how different they all look. All part of a great entity known as planet Earth, Mother Gaia, the Pachamama. Feel your oneness with that entire world, all of it, all of it. And let your conscious awareness now look towards the space around you and above you, the universe. Begin to flow further and further outward, inward, in all directions and dimensions. Allow yourself now to perceive as we perceive, cosmic perception of the unified field of divine consciousness. Expand, 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 and dissolve into this reality, this beauty. Spend some time here for a while. Feel yourselves. Feel yourselves becoming one with the divine infiniverse. cosmic view, allow yourself to realize that you are not out there. You have gone deeply within. And the cosmos that you are perceiving is nothing more than the inner space that is part of the structure that makes up your physical human being. The universe that you are perceiving is the universe that surrounds and incorporates every nanoparticle and wave that exists within every atom, within every cell of your body. And that the greater part of what makes you, you, is not physical at all. It is a perfected high frequency form of energetic being. It holds everything together, and it is an elegant choreographer of the way everything moves and works together. And on its lower, slower versions of vibration, it solidifies in a seemingly perceptive way to form physical particles, atoms, DNA, cells, tissues, bones, organs, and systems. Because the one thing we know about life is that it is a holographic fractal of itself in all ways, a mirror of itself no matter what angle you look at it from, what dimension you enter it with, and no matter how you perceive it or use it. From the smallest imaginable place to the largest, everything is made of the same elegant energy and in the same elegant patterning of sacred geometry. That is you. Sacred geometry. And in the infinite forms of vibration that each part of you is oscillating signifies the different parts of your purpose. If you want your reality to change in some form or fashion, all you need to do is bring all of this into coherence with your intention. That's the technology. And if you want it to change for the collective, you gather together, first in the physical form, and then perhaps as you're doing in this instance in the virtual form, and then ultimately the easiest and most effective way in the energetic form. See yourselves now all as tiny micronized universes coming together, the inner cosmos, setting the intention that you would like to raise the collective frequency and sustain it and keep it balanced consciously, always, to co-create joyfully, in love, even playfully, for the greatest and highest good. see these reflections of you, these others, as you might call them in your human vernacular, coming together in perfect coherence, in friendship, in acceptance of your diversity, of all of the things that make you different and similar, and find resonance with each other by seeking out that divine spark, the very top, the very inner part of each being. Everything in existence has this, even on the lowest level, even on the darkest level, even in the brightest level, all the same. When you find yourself in non-coherence with someone or something, seek the beauty, seek the goodness, seek the blessing, seek the lesson. If it's too hard to see or perceive, send unconditional love and trust that it is being received and the darkness is being transmuted. More coherent now. Send friendship. Send joy. Send forgiveness. And ultimately send gratitude for all that is in existence is your teacher, is your reminder, just as we are reminding you now. There is no separation. There is only unification. But you must consciously hold to that state so that the technology will work for the greatest good. Feel yourselves now coalescing, becoming coherent, becoming part, becoming the creator of this beautiful cosmic consciousness, this oneness. Journey with it now. Allow yourself to be in flow and to experience whatever comes to you. Receive it as the perfect, customized healing and balancing for yourself and for the world. Now, slowly allow yourself to begin to notice your inner dreamscape, to take notice that your inner world and your outer world can be very much the same if you just take a moment or two to bring them together with your intention. And please know, as we have taken this journey together, that we continue to work with each and every one of you in your waking and in your sleeping, in your dreaming and in your creating, to bring our frequency and yours together in a sustained way so that you can always live from the viewpoint of where we are. For you are our future ancestors. You, because of what you are doing today, and tomorrow and the next day, you are the ones who are responsible for us having such a great life. And we are eternally grateful to you. And so we work together in coherence, in peace, in love. For you have much work to do, not just here in your human life, but beyond. You work in many worlds, all at once, forever, always doing good work. Let us help you as we continue to help you switch on those little on off switches, those little programs within your DNA to accept the new current of energy that is being received through the upgraded information that is pouring into you now and throughout your life from the higher realms of yourself. And as you energize yourselves in this way, you become more and more unified and awakened as a group. Allow yourselves now to just take a few moments to come back up. Come back slowly. Bring yourself up in your conscious awareness from the inner cosmos, the outer cosmos, back, back, slowly and gently and so lovingly, forming yourself into the most beautiful, perfected human form you can imagine for yourself. In the timeline where you left your current reality, it's waiting for you. It's been praying for you. And now it's time for you to join it again and add your energy, your positivity, your love, your joy, your gratitude, your forgiveness, and your creativity to the beautiful, beautiful choreography that is life there on earth and beyond. If you will, begin to let your sensory input come back into play. Feel the temperature of the air on your skin. Begin to perhaps hear sounds that are in your room or in nature where you are. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Feel the magnificence of that physical form in the physical realm where you are focusing now. And know that you have enabled that form to create and to move about and to be joyfully and holistically part of a coherent and unified group entity that is your greater you. The human race, the earth itself, the cells of the cosmos, all you. If you like, begin to stretch, to yawn, and to bring yourself back into a place of open awareness. Feel your feet firmly on the ground and allow yourself to open your eyes and come back once more to the group. Welcome home. In Lakesh, we are the teachers. And so thank you to everyone. And we are here, we are almost at the end of the allotted time that we promised you that we would take of your day. However, for those of you who would like to have a little bit of a discussion, or if you have questions that need answered, please try to stay in the framework of the positive energy state that we have all created together. Let's not bring negative or fearful energy into the question and answer period. Those of you who need to leave, please know that this is going to continue to be recorded and the recording will be available in the next day or so for you, so you won't miss out. For those of you who wish to ask a question, our partner will be using the raised hands function on this program. Please raise your hand if you have a question or want to make a comment. Also, you can make them in the chat section there in the program. That chat will also be embedded in the recording information later so that you can go over it as well. So please feel free to provide notes or observations there if you like. Is there anyone who would like to ask a question or to speak? And it's okay, we understand it is very difficult to come back to that place where you might have to use your voice. So this might be the very first time we've had a session where no one has asked a question. This is fun. We do see that someone has asked if this will be put on the YouTube channel of our partner. It absolutely will. That is where they always go. It will always also be on her website, in the media section of her website. And it will also be in various Facebook pages that you're members of groups of. So don't worry, you'll be able to see this. If there are no questions or comments, we would like to just remind you how special, how beautiful, how unique and precious each one of you are. Your uniqueness doesn't bring you in separation from others. It brings you more into the realization of just how beautiful the faceted jewel of life is. Each one of you is a significant, perfect facet of this immense and infinite jewel, just as we are. And we thank you for your co-creation. And we thank you for your continuous energy in seeking the higher realms. Don't give up. Don't allow yourself to get dragged down in all of the discord that you might see around you. Remember, it's only a reflection of that which you are releasing. Focus on that which you want to embrace and watch it create and manifest and crystallize in your life more and more and more. And lastly, share this information with everyone you can. Help everyone understand who they really are. We love you so much, and we are in deepest gratitude to you. Namaste. Well, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for a beautiful session. I can't wait to hear the recording. As most of you know who've been with me before, I kind of go on my own little journey while the teachers are taking over the space of my human being. And it feels really good in here right now. So thanks so much for your energy and your continued support. I do want to just address one thing. We were faced yesterday evening late with a great deal of discord that happened, and we feel like there was an attempt to bring divisiveness into our community with certain activities on some Facebook groups that you may have noticed. Without giving much energy to it, I just want to explain my profile was hacked, duplicated, and there was an evil alternative me out there saying mean things to people in all of our groups. And it was, I didn't know it was happening because I wasn't on Facebook. When I finally went to go and check it before bedtime after having a beautiful evening, a special evening with my husband, I noticed I had been thrown out of and blocked from many groups and unfriended by many people because of the horrible things that were being done in my name. And I freaked out for a little bit because I'm still human. And then I decided that I was going to try to figure it out. And I had a lot of help from many of you. And I I just have to say, I'm getting emotional here and I apologize, but I have to say thank you to all of you who wrote me, called me, texted me, messaged me, and helped to bring everything back into accord very, very quickly. Facebook was alerted. They did find that it was a hack and they eliminated all of the negative things that happened. And basically, I spent the rest of the night in meditation so that I could get back to balance. I almost canceled this event because I felt like it might not be a good thing to have with all of that going on. And basically, the teachers came in and sat with me all night and all morning and said, look, you have to do this. This is all part of the greater whole. And the divisiveness that was, coming about by this activity really was a catalytic uh, significant point in our evolution where people were brought into the attention of, oh, someone really doesn't like us being unified. And so everybody came together as a enormously powerful collective, got it stopped right away, and way more people joined in on this event than ever have before. And I thank you so much. And many people sent energy work. They sent beautiful healings. They sent their offers of help in cyber security. I mean, everything has just really come together. And I just have to thank all of you, whether you were aware that it happened or not. It, it had a beautiful outcome. And I think that's the lesson here, is that everything that's happening, even if it looks really scary or really awful or really hurtful, always has the perfect outcome because love heals everything. That's the message for today. So thanks to everyone, and also know that my account's been secured and my identity's been secured, and thankfully my reputation has been returned to me. But please know, if you ever see anything that feels weird coming from anyone that you are used to interacting with in a different way, know that that kind of stuff is happening a lot now, and don't pay attention to it. Don't believe it. Go inside and ask, is that real? More than likely it's not. And just send love to everyone involved. Um, for the most part, what I did last night was I sent love and forgiveness and gratitude to the phantom person or persons who did this, because they taught me some great lessons and they helped me grow, and they helped grow our community even stronger and better, and even more coherent in the last 24 hours. So thank you to those of you who initiated that even. So not to give that any more energy other than it was a good lesson for me, and I'm going to really take the ball and run with it now. So thank you so much, everyone. I love each and every one of you. By the way, I love looking at all the pets that have come in. I don't know if you've ever noticed it, but when we do these things, all the animals seem to want to come in with us because the energy is so beautiful. So thanks again. I love you all. I'll make the recording available as soon as possible, as well as the chat history, and go out there and continue to build this energy of love and peace and gratitude and joy. Namaste.